Marcella,
Yeah.
everything Kardashian. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, because they're coming out with a new season.
New season starts March 18th, the very last one
season.
ever. And we have part 1 of 40 rules
Yes.
that you didn't know the Kardashians have to follow.
Yes, I can't wait to hear them.
Because
Yes.
we know we love the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Even
Yeah.
if you hate them, you kind of...
A lot of people don't like them, actually.
I know, but they're still interested.
They are.
So let's talk about them. And we want to welcome everyone to our Posh podcast and ask you to tell your friends, your family about our show. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to that little bell so you know when there's a new show coming out every single week. We release a show every single Tuesday and every Saturday for YouTube. And so we are also on Twitter, Instagram,
TikTok,
Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube, LinkedIn. I think we got them all. Twitter, did I say it?
Mm-hmm.
So follow us everywhere. Subscribe, leave us messages. We appreciate all of it. And so here we go. Let's get started, Marcella.
Yes.
Why don't you read this first part about it?
Okay. So, just this, not the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping Up the Kardashians has been on since the dawn of time. As you'd probably expect, due to Kris Jenner being a genius mastermind, the show runs a pretty tight ship. While KUWTK is all about giving the impression that this is an honest, real, gritty look at America's first reality family, and it is, there are actually a ton of rules when it comes to filming. We're talking non-disclosure agreements, very specific beauty and lighting demands, a truly wild pay structure, and shoe protectors. The Kardashians keep a pretty tight lid on what really goes on behind the scenes of their show. Please note the aforementioned NDAs, and we've scored the internet for intel on some of the wildest rules and behind the scenes secrets from the show. Please note, while there's a lot of tea coming at you, keep in mind the key to the Kardashian success is keeping things authentic. But with that said, prepare yourself for some truly wild intel.
What's the first one?
And number 1 is everyone has to deal with Kim getting paid the most, which is not surprising, I don't think.
Well, technically, Kim and Khloe. Now that Kourtney has stepped back, Kim and Coco will potentially take home about 50% to 60% of the family's current contract, while Kylie and Kendall get the leftovers.
Although they're not doing it anymore because they've all said that they make more money on social media. So who knows
Instagram
who makes the most money, actually, because I thought it was Kylie.
So how much do you think that they get?
Yes. $100,000 an episode.
So Kim and Khloe get exactly, if they're splitting 50% of 150 million, that'd be about 37.5 million each.
An episode?
My jaw is on the floor.
An episode or season?
The contract, I think.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's a lot of money. But we already know that they have a lot of money.
37.5 million. But that's what they said. They make more on Instagram.
So if they make
not worth it.
37 million on the show, they make more on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Insane. I mean,
I feel
absolutely
like
insane.
Kardashians are American royalty if we had a royal family.
That is true.
But we don't.
We don't.
And some people might argue that with me, but you might hate them, but you cannot argue that they're good business people.
You always say that.
And I feel like anybody would want that income. If asked.
Right? Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because I find it interesting, but obviously they've all had so much plastic surgery and all this kind of stuff, and they take a lot of crap from keyboard warriors and whatnot. And I guess Khloe had some work done that people really didn't like what she looked like and attacked her so badly that she had to turn the comments off. And I think she got really affected by it because she actually posted something that I thought was really, really sad in a way, because it's kind of like, man, does it really have to get to that? You know, we all are just so mean that we just say whatever. And she said, So sad that after documentaries are made or the person is sadly gone, the guilt is felt by the ones doing the breaking, but not a second sooner does one think to change their ways. And you wonder why others go crazy. I don't. You won't let up until someone breaks. It's despicable.
I don't understand what that means.
Just that she's saying that, people commit suicide or whatever, and then they do documentaries about these people. And I think she's talking about herself being so attacked that she could break. Like, people don't think about what that does to other people.
Right. Well, I think that Khloe has been, unfortunately, people have made fun of her not being the prettiest one so much. And then she got a lot of stuff done. And I think that now they're attacking her more, and it's probably just insecurity stuff. And it's just mean.
Very mean.
But it doesn't matter. We can tell people to be nice 10 times and people are still going to be mean. So
true.
I mean, it doesn't, we can be like, oh, be kind to each other, and people are still going to be assholes. So
you don't get a lot of mean comments, but you have gotten some.
I get mostly mean comments from men only. I actually have never gotten a mean comment from a female. Isn't that crazy?
I wonder why.
Very nasty comments from men, and actually very mean. They make me laugh though. The way I handle it is the
best. Last time
best.
there was like 2 guys actually fighting. Not fighting, but they would just keep going on and on. They had their own conversation on your
in the
comment section.
But I just try to think, I wish maybe Gary Vee could talk to Khloe, which I know that they've been in this industry for so long, but you have to feel sorry for those people, because happy people don't go around hating on other people.
Oh.
I would never write anything nasty about
why
anybody.
do they even care then? Why watch it? That's so confusing.
That's what I say. I don't know.
I don't know either. And on a side note, I guess Kim and Kanye no longer speak, and she did file for divorce.
Well, they're going to have to speak because they have kids. So
well,
I mean,
right
that's
now
what
they're not talking.
They say.
They say.
Keep going.
Everyone, number 3 of the rules, everyone has to sign.
Wait, what's 2? Oh, the
how much money?
That was number 1.
No, exactly how much was 2.
Oh. Well, you didn't say
Number
that.
3, everyone has to sign an NDA. Kim confirmed as much on Twitter, writing, by the way, NDAs for all. Keeping up with the Kardashian while live tweeting the show.
That is not surprising to me.
No.
I imagine those NDAs are like insane.
Yeah, we got a peek at the NDA. That's number 4, thanks to Blac Chyna. During the height of Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian's drama, ABC News was sent a photograph of the NDA that Blac Chyna had signed in 2016, wherein she agreed not to disclose anything about anyone in the Kardashian family. So yeah, they take their privacy seriously.
I can only imagine the things nobody knows.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool one day though? Number 5, Kris Jenner keeps a stack of NDAs by her front door. She won't even let anyone in. So anyone who walks in can easily sign their rights away. No big. That's no biggie. Golly. Number 6, Keeping Up with the Kardashian can't use your picture if you don't sign a waiver. We found this out when the show blurred a bunch of pics of Khloe's ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson. When fans asked Khloe what's up on Twitter, she replied, "We obviously didn't do anything. He might not have signed a waiver to show those images. Why would I want to blur his face? I'm not hiding his identity." But that's with everything. I mean, even when you filmed Dancing Queen, everyone that was even in the room had to sign a waiver.
I think maybe that's just a production error.
Yeah.
Or they walked in unexpectedly. I don't know. Or someone didn't take care of that.
Producers have to wear shoe protectors in Kris's house. That's number 7.
Well, I get that though, because there's like a lot of people in your house. I mean, can you imagine like the mess all the time? And they'd track, maybe they can have clean shoes by the front door.
Yeah, the production assistants is in surgical shoe coverings, who handed out microphones as people wired themselves up to the bottoms of their shirts while Kris invited them into the kitchen for coffee cake.
You know what's funny? At my Pilates studio, we have to change shoes or to wear none. So that would be a better thing than shoe covers. Like either change like have
house shoes.
It could be that or shoes that have never been outside.
That's what you do in Europe.
Yeah.
Like everywhere in Austria, people have, and they have like some that are just for guests because you don't bring your own. So people wear shoe.
Yeah, I saw in Real Housewives of Dallas, some girl made all of her guests put on the shoe covers. And they're like, this is so dumb. And she said, well, my home is my sanctuary and I don't want you walking everywhere like nasty and then bringing it in my house. So a lot of people prefer you take their shoes off.
That is true. Number 8, Kris has her hair and makeup done every single day.
I wish I could have my hair and makeup done every day.
Me
well, maybe
too.
not because I don't really like when anyone does my makeup, but their makeup people are amazing.
I would love it. A team of professionals works on Kris each day, and apparently her assistant says it takes only an hour. I can see that.
Well, everyone is doing it at the same time.
Right.
Imagine that life. Like,
get up and just sit there and do work like on your phone and be done. And she requires perfect lighting at all times. When shooting Kris, they must use bright lights to flush out her face. This is an ironclad rule.
I would want that.
Spyder, can you please flush out my face?
Listen, I would want all of those things. And people might think it's silly, but I get it. They are on TV. I was so glad on Dancing Queen that it had a filter.
Yeah, that they made fun of the cow that had a filter. 10. Meanwhile, Kim gets 2 hours of glam per day. There's nothing we can do that's not documented, so why not look your best and amazing?
I would love that. I don't hate on that at all. If I could, I would.
Yeah, right. Number 11. Kris makes Kylie and Kendall get weekly manicures.
Makes them?
I get them done once a week, which isn't normal, Kylie said. Meanwhile, Kendall added, Kris would have a nail artist come to the house once a week and she would make us get our nails done. She was like, you're never going to look like you're not put together. So we're always getting them done.
But I think that the problem is that has gone away. So I think that's a good thing. That should be everyone.
I love it.
I mean,
that's how I grew up. At home, we can't do anything without being put together. Going to the grocery store, you can't. Going to the airport, flying on a plane.
Spyder, my mom used to put on makeup just to go check the mailbox. Does that surprise you at all?
Not at all.
Oh my goodness.
I am still always horrified when I fly with my family that this Marcella right here that was raised by me will wear like always sweats. That's so unacceptable.
Flying is just, when I fly, I want to be comfortable.
It's not acceptable.
Flying, I don't know what it is. I just want to be comfortable on an airplane.
My whole family
If I was
does
flying
not care.
first class, I might get more dressed up. It's that horrible seat. Just, I want to be comfy.
I know.
And typically I am expected to be up and at like 3 a.m.
Well, I am up too.
I don't want to get ready. The sweats are just so
and then,
comfortable.
God forbid, if I want to take a family photo, then I get like...
No airport family
exactly.
photos.
It's terrible. I mean, really.
I want to be
ready.
comfortable.
I'm going to be more like Kris. Don't ever get caught not being put
Mom,
together. Yes.
If you make me money like Kris, you can be like that.
Oh my God. Spyder, is she saying she's going to do a porn tape or something?
No.
What's happening right now?
I'm not famous enough for that.
But that's how she got famous.
Yeah, but they were already kind of famous.
Oh, great.
I don't think that anyone would care.
You've been on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a start.
I'm not that exciting.
Oh my God. I have a feeling some people would like it.
Maybe.
Let me get right on that. Number 12, nannies are almost never seen on the show. Not sure why, presumably something to do with privacy issues, but it's a legit thing. Number 13, they have to film 10 to 12 hours per day.
No wonder they're quitting.
The cameras are basically never not rolling. And the New York Times reported that Kris even had cameras installed in her ceiling to catch all that goes on. And I bet you that you really forget about that.
Oh my God. You forget when you have a mic on. I mean,
Right.
the cameras, what people don't understand. So they've been doing this for how long now? 20 this will be 20, I don't think it's 20 years, but 20 seasons. So, it wouldn't be 20 years though, just 20 seasons.
Did they film 2?
I think so, because
Okay.
that's 20 years. I don't think any of them were old enough, but 20 20 seasons and I did one show, and the cameras, like, you forget about all of it. It just, you could become so comfortable. Not to mention, they've had the same crew mostly, I would assume, because we saw that 10-year thing or 10 seasons or whatever. And so they're used to all of them, and you just kind of forget.
Oh, I know. I remember we went to something, Justin did a drag thing, and they mic'd us. And I was like, whoa, that's really weird because you forget totally.
Yeah, you like go pee and you're like, oops, sorry. You have to hear me.
Number 14, going on location is a whole saga. The Kardashians usually shoot in their homes, but sometimes they venture out into the real world to capture content, and it's a whole ordeal. Apparently, the New York Times was meant to accompany Kris to Costco, and the trip had to be canceled because they have to keep up good relations with the businesses where they tape. What?
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means either.
Probably they thought whoever was running Costco would get pissed off if they rolled in with that many people.
Number 15, the Kardashians have to pay for their own vacations. Imagine that. We know this because Kourtney complained about it bitterly on camera when she got a bill for a family trip to Costa Rica. She legit said, "Why am I being sent this huge bill? Why isn't production chipping in if we're using it for the show?"
I agree with that.
I do too. That would piss me off too. If they want it, like if they set it up, like that would annoy me. I wouldn't want to pay for it if you want to use it. Sorry. I mean,
I'm like,
Well, that's one of those things you got to get written in the contract.
right.
yeah, no kidding.
That's true. Number 16, what Kim says goes. Kim pretty much drives the drama, even going so far as telling the crew when something major is going on with a family member. "I think if you ask the crew, I probably produce the most because I know what my sisters might not be sharing," Kim told the Hollywood Reporter. "So I'll tell them. Go over to Kurt's house right now. Something is going on."
That would cause so many fights. That would get on my nerves.
Imagine if, like, I don't know, like your brother has something going on, like with drama with a girlfriend, like.
Yeah, and I'd be like, hey, go over to my brother's right now. They're in a fight.
How horrible that would be. Oh my goodness.
Well,
You'd have to figure out at some point, be like, wait a minute, like every time something starts happening, these
who
people
is
show
telling?
up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
That would definitely cause family problems.
No wonder Rob quit filming.
Yeah, my gosh. Number 17, Kris Jenner can hire whoever she wants to be on the show. Remember when Khloe was dating French Montana? You better believe he got paid for Keeping Up with Kardashians, and apparently he didn't come cheap. The way that the Kardashians is set up is very unusual. It's the only show that I know of where a producer can say, here's the cast and this is what they're getting paid. Usually to add a cast member to a show, you'd have to fire a cast member to keep the budget balanced. But in this case, Kris just offered French Montana a check to be on the show. He's expensive and some people at E just don't think he's worth the money. I've heard execs moaning about it, saying we're just paying so much for him. Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
She just decides all of it.
It's not surprising.
No. Number 18. By the way, the crew is paid super well. A production source said while working on the show is grueling, even the interns get paid super well because E knows what a tough job they have and how much they put up with.
Well, I think it's pretty impressive that they've had like the same crew for so long.
That says a lot.
I think it says a lot about them. And
Well, if they're getting paid that well,
no,
Yeah.
they'll probably stick around too.
No
Yeah, true.
kidding. No kidding.
Mhm.
And you know, the longer you stick around, the more you're going to make anyway.
Oh, yeah. Number 19. You have to be trustworthy to work on the show. Unfortunately, there are some bad people out there who have not good intentions. And I obviously can't control that, Kris said with the Huffington Post. But to the best of my ability, we try to have people on our team who have our back, who we feel that we can really trust. I mean, look at the best friend sleeping with, who was that?
Oh, Tristan, I thought.
What's
Chloe.
that Kendall's best?
Kylie's
Kylie's
best
best
friend
friend.
like hooked up with Tristan, Chloe's baby daddy.
And
But
they're
I-
back together.
Well, I don't think they had sex though. I think it was like sitting on the lap or something like that.
Whatever.
I watched the show.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
You don't believe that.
I don't know.
Tell me
I
you
would have
believe
to.
that.
I don't remember.
Spyder. You believe that?
He's
Sure.
like, I don't know.
Dude, that is a no
It was
freaking
it was
way.
a big story even in like the sports world
Yeah.
that like they were at a party or something.
Yes.
And there was
Yeah.
a picture of her sitting in his lap.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
I know.
all there was.
That's
That's all
what
I
they
know.
said. Well, I don't know actually.
You don't have to know to kind of know.
But I'm sure it's hard to know if people are really genuinely in your life for a reason. Maybe that's why they have no one new come around.
Yeah,
It's like,
especially when you got money like that, when
Yeah.
you're famous like that.
I mean, that's why we always say their family is so close.
yeah.
Not many friends.
Mm-mm.
Many friends. Number 20, they don't film the real exteriors of their homes. Keeping Up with the Kardashians consistently shows off the exterior of the family's massive homes, but apparently they're all fake. Kim explained that this is for safety reasons, adding it was so unsafe. The Hollywood star tours would stop by because they recognized my home from our show. After that, we realized how unsafe it is to show the exterior. So now we use different homes for the outside for security purposes.
I can understand
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I
that's
saw an interview with Paris Hilton this week, and that's one of the things she was talking about. Like when she was really blowing up
Mhm.
back in the day, that people were just randomly showing up at her house and stuff. And at first, like her housekeepers didn't know, and people would like be like, "Oh yeah, we're friends," blah blah blah, and random people would just be inside of her house.
letting them in. My
Yeah.
gosh.
That would be awful. And then I think once you have a family and stuff, it's like, and then what happened to her, like with people trying to rob her at gunpoint and all that stuff, I feel like she's super hyper sensitive now because I watched her interview on David Letterman and that was insane.
Paris?
Kim,
Oh, Kim.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was
sorry.
a really good interview.
it was
Oh,
so good.
really?
You've got to watch it.
When
It's
was it?
unbelievable. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, he has one with her and with Kanye.
Kanye, yeah.
And what was so great?
I just think the interview is great. And she like speaks so honestly, I feel like. And she goes through every detail of when they broke or like tried to rob her.
Oh, really? Because some people think that that was fake.
There's no way.
No way.
It's just crazy. You have to watch it.
Wow. Well, that's the end of
The first 20.
the first 20 rules. And we are going to do that part 2 and come back.
Yeah.
And please follow us on all social media. And we thank you so much for listening.